Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna, and today we are going to learn about English consonants and how they are classified. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify and pronounce different types of consonant sounds. So, first of all, let's see what is a consonant. Well, a consonant is a speech sound produced by narrowing or blocking the airflow in the vocal tract. How are the consonants classified? Well, they are classified by place of articulation, that is, where the sound is produced, manner of articulation, that is, how the airflow is restricted, and voicing, that means whether the vocal cords vibrate or not. For example, if you put your hand on your throat, you can feel vibration when you're speaking. That means that the sound is voiced. Let's move on to the types of English consonants. The first one is plosive. As you can see, plosive sounds completely block the air and then release it. For example, um, when we say keep, keep, or when we say poke, poke, you can repeat keep, or poke, poke. Excellent. Now let's move on to fricative sounds. So in the fricative sounds, the air is partially blocked and we create friction. For example, with the words shoes, shoes, or measure, measure, repeat, shoes, shoes, measure, measure. Excellent. Then we have the affricative. That is a combination of plosive and fricative. For example, catch, catch, judge, judge. Excellent. Repeat, catch, catch, judge, judge. Excellent. Then we have the nasal sounds. In nasal sounds, the air escapes through the nose, as in the words like man, man, need, need. You feel the air through your nose. Repeat, need, need, man, man. Let's move to lateral sounds. In lateral sounds, the air escapes from the sides of the tongue, like as in the word like you feel the air on the sides of your mouth. Repeat, like. And finally, we have the semi-vowel sounds that these sounds function as consonants. They don't form the nucleus of the syllable. For example, well, yell. And finally, we have the consonant assimilation. Even though we are not going to see this particularly on this lesson, let's see what it is about. Consonant assimilation is a phonological process in connected speech. The final sound of one word blends with the initial sound of the next. For example, hot potato. The T in hot is often dropped. Hot potato, hot potato. Repeat, hot potato, hot potato. hot potato. Excellent. Now, once we have seen these important concepts, we have a background, we can continue with our first activity. Uh, just wait a minute, please. Yes. All right. So on this first activity, you are going to classify each word according to the type of consonant sound. It can be plosive, fricative, affricative, nasal, lateral, or semi-vowel. For example, the first one is poke. Poke. As if you remember, this is a plosive sound. Now we have judge. 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 It's a fricative sound. Sorry, it's a fricative. So this is what you're gonna do with all these words here. I've given you about 5 minutes so you can finish this activity, and once you finish, we will check your answers. So let's work. right. Well, I think that most of you have finished. So let's continue with the activity and check your answers. The word man. What is man? Exactly, is naso. What about shoes? Shoes. Yes, is fricative. Like, we saw this example. Exactly, like is lateral. Well, yes, semi-vowel. Sorry, vowel. Nasal fricative. What about neat? Neat. Yes, is nasal. Measure. Measure. Yes, is fricative. Keep. Keep. Plosive. Plosive. Yes. Catch. Catch. No, it seems like it's plosive, but it's not plosive. Listen, catch. Yes, it's a fricative. It combines plosive and fricative sound. Catch. Yes. Yell. Yes, yell is semi-vowel. What about gate? Gate. Yes, is plosive. Zoo. Zoo. Fricative. Mm-hmm. Chair. 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 It it can seem like is fricative because this chair, but at the beginning it has a positive sound, so it's a fricative. Chair, chair, chair. Let's move on with the word red. What is red? Yes, is fricative. Van, van, fricative. Night, nasal. Window, semi-vowel. Hat, hat. This is like catch, it's a fricative. It has both fricative and a fricative and a fricative. Yes. And rabbit, 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 fricative. All right. Now you can check your answers and please repeat after me. Poke, poke, judge, judge, man, man, shoes, shoes, like, like, well, well, neat, neat, measure, measure, keep, keep, catch, catch, yell, yell, gate, gate, zoo, zoo, chair, chair, red, red, van, van, night, night, window, window, patch, patch, rabbit, rabbit. Excellent. Now, let's move on to our second and last activity that is about short pronunciation practice in pairs. So here you are going to work in pairs, as you can see, and one of you is gonna read the word loud and the other student is going to listen and marks if your partner's pronunciation is correct. For example, here we have the word pen. If your partner pronounces it correctly, you're gonna write yes, and if not, not. And now you're gonna write what type of consonant is it? I mean, if it is plosive, fricative, affricative, and so on. Yes, pen is plosive, for example. Van is, we can say that no, and what is van? Fricative. I give you about 6 minutes, 3 minutes per partner. And once you finish, you can raise your hand and check your answers. Well, because of time, we will take this activity on next lesson. So we are gonna stop here. But before we finish, I would like to reflect a little bit on what we learned today. So, today we discovered that English consonants are not just letters, but sounds produced in different ways. We learned that consonants can be classified according to how the airflow is controlled in our mouth. As we can remember, we explored plosives, fricatives, affricative, nasals, lateral sounds, and semivowels. Each one has a specific way of being articulated. And understanding pronunciation is very important because it correct uh, correcting the pronunciation helps us to communicate clearly and avoid misunderstandings. I would like to I would like you to think about this question. Why do you think pronunciation is sometimes difficult for Spanish speakers? Exactly. Many English sounds don't exist in Spanish, and that is why we need to practice and awareness. And in for reflect, we can improve our pronunciation by listening carefully, by practicing frequently, and paying attention to how your mouth moves when producing sounds. Pronunciation is not about being perfect, it's about being understood. So remember, plosives, plosive sounds block the air completely. Fricatives create friction. Affricatives combines both plosives and fricatives. Nasals use your nose, and the lateral zones release air from the sides, and the semivowels are vowel-like but function as consonants. So, keep practicing your pronunciation every day. Take more your practice. The more you practice, the more confident and clear your English will become. Thank you for your participation today, and see you on our next class. Bye.